What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Babbles Nonsense podcast. Today, Miss Ivy is back joining us. We are talking about things that we did in the 90s that may not have been so smart. Her more so than me. We talk about the messenger apps we had, the chat rooms, things like that. So it's kind of just more of a humorous episode and her telling us stories about what she did and how she somehow did not get kidnapped. So if you want a good laugh, definitely tune into this one. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode with Miss Ivy. What up, Ivy?
Hi.
So, Ivy, you had this bright idea for this podcast that you wanted to talk about how we almost all died in the 90s.
It came about because I was on the road having to drive and suffer, but I tend to, listen to those podcasts. What is it? Crime Junkies.
Like true crime stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Crime Junkies, and the other one that, Ashley Flowers has about more true crime. Lots of true crime.
See, I've never been like a true crime person. Like the documentaries almost kind of scare me because like people don't realize like these are murders.
They were actual murders.
Like real life murders. I'm like, not okay. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It's really not. It's not okay because like they're mostly unsolved, and it's literally really sad and gross because they're like usually women. Like it's horrible, and each episode is long enough that it's like almost an hour, but it's really great for road trips, right? So I'm like, driving from Destin, listening to murder podcasts, and I was like thinking, it's a wonder that I didn't get murdered. Because
why did you think you were going to get murdered?
So, short story long.
Like we grew up in the 90s, obviously.
We did.
Like, yeah.
And, we grew up like the beginning of AOL, right? The internet. Very unregulated. Extremely unregulated.
We're not very, because like Limewire always was having viruses on my computer.
Oh, absolutely.
Always.
Oh, even
downloading
worse.
illegal music. breaking your family computer.
Just all the time.
All the time.
And you would even think like, oh, how did you get away with all this? Like, wasn't your computer in the family room? Oh, absolutely it was. But like our parents didn't know.
Or they were at work.
They totally were.
Yeah.
I mean, you would do shit like, delete the message from school before your parents even got home. Whatever. It's cool.
No, didn't do that.
Okay. Hey, whatever. No judgment.
I don't think I had AIM. I think I had AIM, but I don't think I had it until I was like 16 or 17.
Oh my God. Okay, I look like a terrible person.
When did you have AIM?
Oh Lord, I had AIM. Okay, my parents must have been just real naive. Okay, I had no business.
Let's back up. For those of you that are younger and didn't grow up with these things, basically it's like Facebook Messenger now. Not really. It's more of it's a chat room.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a chat room that you download, and technically you're only supposed to chat with your friends, but like anyone can find you, and you have all these weird ass names. Like I don't even remember what mine was at the time.
Oh,
it might have been like something like Chickadee 123. I don't know. Like you just had these weird names.
Oh, mine was probably like Skater Girl 98, but I could never skate.
Yeah, like I don't remember what mine was. I was just popping off in my head. But okay, now go ahead with your story.
Oh, it was definitely Skate or something with like an 8 and an R. It's fine. I was probably like 13 or 14, had no business being in chat rooms. Let's just also say that. And like, I am 100% sure that my parents had no clue, about regulating this because they also didn't know about the internet, right? And how like, oh, there's no way that my 13 or 14-year-old would be on chat rooms with weirdos. Why would she ever do that? Oh, I would.
I also never chatted with anyone I didn't know. Ever. Like, I knew all these people.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like they were like my high school friends.
No, for real?
Like, for real. I don't think I ever chatted. If I do, I don't remember it.
Oh, it's a wonder. Like, oh, God.
So, yeah, go ahead. Tell your story. Go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So this is even better. So it's a real wonder that I didn't end up like kidnapped and murdered. It was probably because I was ugly and gross and
weird. My God, stop.
No, I'm kidding. That's a really awful joke to make. Oh, my God. I'm going to hell. Okay. So, so I will continue. So I was like way too young, should not have been in these AIM chat rooms with like God knows who, what, where, when, why. So I'm sure just chatting with anybody, everybody, you know, and I'm sure, of course, lying about my age because it was all the rage to do this. Like,
Oh,
you know,
my God.
oh my God. Also, did I mention, you know, my name was like Skater? You know, did I skate? No, absolutely not. Definitely didn't skate. And you would lie about your age, like 16, because it was cool to be like 16, but you weren't 16. Definitely.
Who are you chatting up? And why were you chatting to these people?
I don't know. And what would you be chatting about?
Like,
I can't
why
even tell
weren't you outside the house playing in the yard?
That's a great question. It's probably how it ended up how I did. I don't know.
So do you have like any specific memories of these conversations or anything that you can recall?
I'm sure they were really weird. No, not really, except for one that brought up this whole like deep subconscious memory of how did I not end up murdered. So short story long, my parents were divorced, and this brings up this relevant point because, so, you know, we went to my dad's house. Was it every weekend or every other weekend? Okay. So, you know, divorced dad house, you know, you got 2 separate computers, and his was kind of in the maybe the family room, tucked away, you know, and he's like just kind of getting through the weekend, you know, like and for sure definitely does not know that shenanigans are afoot. And then I'm like, you know, unregulated internet use.
Yeah.
Because why would I ever be doing anything, you know,
Right.
bad on AIM and talking to God knows who.
Right.
Right. So I was probably 14, maybe 15. And oh my God, for sure talking to, I don't know, everybody, anybody that was on God knows what chat room. Definitely very old men. Very old men. Very old.
Oh my God.
You know, oh my God, I'm sorry, Mom. Please, I hope my mom doesn't listen to this ever.
Well,
Oh
I mean,
my
it's
God.
fine now because you're alive.
Yeah, I know, like really, and like educated, and like, oh my God, didn't fuck my life up and not dead. Definitely, I was talking to anybody, everybody, I don't even know. And for sure, I distinctly remember this person was very old. It was a very old guy, and I was sending him pictures just of me, like, just, of course, with clothes on. Okay, with clothes on.
Okay, but you just said sending pictures. I was over here thinking sending nudes.
No, not sending nudes. But this was like, you know, of course we didn't have phones. Cell phones didn't, they existed, but I think like.
They had to be like flip phones.
Maybe.
And the picture was low quality.
Yeah, I was like, this was probably like what, 97, 98 maybe. 97,
yeah,
possibly. Low quality, so you had to like you had a digital camera, and then you hooked it up to the computer, and then like and then you download.
What kind of pictures were you sending?
Just like me in my room, my cool like band t-shirt. Okay, like.
And was he sending you photos?
I think he sent me 1 or 2, and we're talking like an old fat man with like curly grayish brown hair. Seriously.
Why did you continue talking to him?
So here is where it gets like the worst thing ever, and I'm shocked that like
how you didn't end up on Dateline.
Okay, it gets so much worse. Okay, like this is literally so horrific. So thankfully, my dad didn't ever want to do anything or take us anywhere, and this is like a godsend, you guys. So, this like disgusting old man was going to take pictures of me, and I was going to. Oh my God.
What? Take pictures of you?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I wish I wasn't serious.
Okay, so hold on. Back up. So did y'all make a plan to hang out? And he said he was going to like photograph you?
Yes. And
Okay, bitch. Come on now.
I know.
Like,
I
that
know.
is okay.
What the fuck?
Continue with your story.
Isn't this horrible? Like the more the more it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, this is so disgusting.
Like
and awful.
you're not dumb. You're not dumb. So why did you fall for this? I'm going to be your photographer bullshit.
Was I dumb then? Yes. I guess starved for attention.
So he said he's going to take your photos. Like he asked you to be a model.
Pretty much.
Okay. And then did you ask any questions like,
oh hell no,
where are we going?
I'm sure not.
How much is this going to cost?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
No. I vaguely remember we had plans to meet at the Space and Rocket Center. Mm-hmm. Yes. Where I don't remember, like in the parking lot versus
Who
in the Space and
drove
Rocket
you
Center.
if you couldn't
No one
drive?
did. No one did. So I was gonna have my dad drive me to the Space and Rocket Center.
What were you going to tell your dad?
I don't remember.
And you were going to get in the car with this man and
Probably.
have him take you somewhere, and that would have been the end of your life.
Probably. Very likely.
So what happened?
Nothing happened, thank God. So
Because your
that's how
dad
I'm
wouldn't
alive
take
today.
you.
Correct.
Shouts out to the dad not taking you to the space and rockets. What did the man say when you didn't show up?
I am very sure that we never talked again. Probably because I, couldn't show up to this weird ass pedophile rendezvous. Probably never talked again after that. So, lifesaver alert to my dad that, because I'm sure God knows what my weird ass excuse was. Like, hey, Dad, I need to go to the Space and Rocket Center. Who knows what I made up, for some weird. Of course, I didn't say because I need some creepy old man to photograph me.
I cannot.
I can't.
I cannot. That is insane. What any other stories that you've done like that, or was that the only one?
Another funny one, and this was my brother. Like, this just shows you how naive our parents were. He was really addicted to the computer too, and would stay up all night on the computer click-clacking. And one time, my mom was trying to restrict or ground him from the computer, and so she pulled a cord out of the wall, or what she thought was the computer. And he goes, "Oh, I guess I'm not printing tonight." But she didn't hear that. This just shows you they were so naive about the computers.
Yeah.
So if that's the level. So I mean, just like the fuckery that occurred, it was, oh my God.
Okay, so I was a good child.
Obviously.
And the computer was in my bedroom.
Oh my God.
But I literally, if it was AIM, it was my boyfriend that I was talking to at the time, or any of my friends in school. We would talk about schoolwork and stuff like that. I don't remember talking to anybody I didn't know on any of those AOL or AIM things.
No, are you serious?
Dead serious.
Oh my God.
If I did, it's literally left my memory and I do not remember, but I do not think I did.
No, I guess I must have been attention seeking and a terrible person.
Well, you were trying to die.
Mm-hmm. Apparently so. I was trying to just leave this earth a terrible way.
Did you do anything else stupid like that? Have you ever been on dates with people?
No, thank God. I never did. And my mom beat my ass one time because apparently I just was attention seeking horribly because I guess from AOL chat rooms, I called long distance a bunch of times. And this is obviously before cell phones.
Right. And your phone bill comes in. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was in the kitchen of our apartment one time and she came in obviously pissed because I can't even imagine how, you come in so tired from work. Can you imagine you've got two badass kids, but one, me, i.e. me, who's just now run up, I don't even know how many dollars in the phone bill.
Did she ask you who you were talking to?
No, she just whooped my ass, which I deserved.
I'm shocked she wasn't who the hell do you know long distance that you're calling?
I mean, she didn't
what
even...
kind of conversations were you having with these people?
I don't even know.
Long conversations?
Who even knows? I was probably 15. What are you talking about?
It's so funny though, because I used to love talking on the phone because I had my own phone in my room. Where you had a separate phone line from your parents. And I just loved talking on the phone, after school and stuff. But now that I have my cell phone, I'm please don't call me. Please, whatever you do, don't call me. Just text me. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
I mean, because texting wasn't a thing back then.
Right.
But I was talking to my aunt last night, how we're all, our generation is kind of used to instant gratification because we have everything at our fingertips, whether that be the internet with information, whether that be you can text someone and get a text right back. So we're not used to waiting game. And when we have to wait, it almost gets very obnoxious and annoying.
But what's weird is we didn't grow up like that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. We had to, I mean,
our generation though it was it was half without technology and then half our life with technology. Yeah. So we were at that cusp of when technology was just kind of coming around.
We even grew up with the texting as far as we had to pay per text.
Per text, and then you had to T9 it, or you had to boop, boop, boop. Click whatever the number the letter corresponded with the number. You if it was a a S or a T, you had to click it twice or three times.
That's what yes.
It was T9 texting or whatever.
Absolutely.
And it would take you 500 years just to write a text. And so you just got a lot of one words. And that's when we started changing your to you are or stuff like that.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Because it was why am I going to spell this out? It's going to take me 500 years just to type it out on this flip phone. And the pictures were so low quality.
Oh, extremely grainy.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with that though.
No, nothing wrong with that.
another juicy one.
Yeah.
Just think about, now that we're opening up Pandora's box and I'm embarrassing myself on the podcast,
That's okay.
we might as well. Hilarious, but horrible. This one is a tried and true, another internet jewel, if you will. I was definitely, I guess around this time, I was a terrible teenager. I should really just give my mom the world at this point because she put up with so much shit. I think I was probably 13 or so, 14 possibly. I wanted to go to an orgy concert with an internet stranger. Mm-hmm.
Wait,
it was
orgy
like a
meaning it's
heavy metal band.
Okay, I was like
or something.
Okay, because
no, God, no, not like a orgy. Yeah.
So it was a band named Orgy.
Yes.
Terrible
apparently.
name. Okay.
I know. God knows. Apparently I was into the heavy metal shit or something and wanted to be cool and go. How dare she not let me go to a heavy metal concert with a stranger from the internet in Birmingham? How dare she?
How did you meet? Was this another AIM friend?
This is just so bad.
So you met an AIM friend that wanted to take you to a concert in Birmingham. Was this another older man?
Okay, so I think if I remember, probably late teens, supposedly, right? Supposedly.
Because yeah.
Because everybody tells the truth on the internet.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This is
And then
the
she
late
told
90s.
you no because she's like, hell to the no.
Yes,
You're not
absolutely
going to Birmingham with a total stranger.
Correct.
As a mother should say.
Absolutely. Yes. Yep. And that night I decided to I guess test every boundary under the sun, and I called my mom a bitch. How do you think that went?
Yeah, whooping.
The worst whooping of my life. I
With
can
a
still
belt
probably
or her
feel
hand?
it. Oh man, I think wooden spoon hand. She whooped me from the window to the wall. Like the yin yang twins. We're talking so bad. She let me go. I can still see it in my mind's eye. I called her a bitch in the living room, okay? And she let me get to my room. Okay, do you understand? And close the door. And then she came walking down. And then the door, I remember probably flew off the hinges. Basically, she just whooped my ass. And the more that I talk, the realize that I sound like a Maury Povich teen. This is super embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure Maury Povich was more of is he the father?
Okay. Or Dr. Phil teen.
Yeah.
I sound like a Dr. Phil teen.
We've never really talked about our childhoods to each other. And the more that you are explaining this to me, I'm like, you were a very troubled child.
I was.
You're a good adult.
That's true. I worked out a lot, I think. I put my mom through so much shit. Oh my
and now
God.
you wonder, you got some badass kids. They put you through the same stuff.
They are not.
Karma's a bitch. I'm just kidding. But they are getting to their teenage years, and we'll just have to see what happens. They're probably going to test you out, just like you tested your mom out.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pay the piper.
That's what they say, though. They say whatever you did, your kids give it back to you, but tenfold.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they say.
I recently asked my mom. I was like, "What did you do to deserve me?"
Did she say she was a good child?
Pretty much. So I'm like,
Well, also don't pray for patience, because you could have been the prayer that came for patience.
Wait, I can't wrap my head around that.
So they say don't pray for patience, because every time you pray for patience, God will continue to send you something that's going to make you patient. But it's actually if you don't have patience, it's going to make you so agitated because you don't have patience. But he's sending it to you to become more patient.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
maybe she prayed for patience and you came along. Maybe that's what she did.
That's horrible.
That's really horrible. I'm trying to think if there was anything else in the 90s that we all did. I walked home from school. My mom let us walk home from school, or walk to school, when I was in kindergarten and my sister was in first grade.
Oh my God.
And I remember my sister being like, let's not go to school. And I was like, no, it's right. I mean, it was literally right across the yard. Mm-hmm. She could see us walking to school.
Oh my God.
But then we moved to another area, and our school was literally just down the street. But from second grade on, yeah, I was walking home from school. But you didn't think about it then. Neighborhoods were fine. You could just play in the street, walk in the street. Mm-hmm. You weren't thinking someone's just going to step outside their house and pull you into their house and you'll never see your child again. today.
That's true. Yeah.
Like nowadays, like in neighborhoods, like you're not seeing like camaraderie or anything. You're seeing like people just being in their houses. They're not really outside waving at each other. You don't really know your neighbor's name. Maybe people do in certain places, but like that's just not the norm that I've been raised in. Like when I was growing up, we did. Like I knew a bunch of my neighbors and we all hung out. The kids all hung out together. We played in the street, rode our bicycles, that kind of thing.
That is true. Oh, yeah. We didn't, I mean, like, got from the morning to the dusk.
Right.
We played outside all day. We drank hose water.
Yeah, same.
Maybe that's what's wrong.
Well, I mean, you know, your parents would always tell you, like, you either get inside or you get outside. Stop coming in and out my door. You know? It's like, and now kids just sit inside on their video games, which is also, you know what, though? I thought about this. Video games also have those chats. And I wonder, awesome. You didn't know that? Yeah, video games have like where people can join your games and you can chat with them like via headset and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yes. And we, what do you call it? I think that's on Roblox and all kinds of things. There's Luis monitors that via app. And so, yeah, we've got that monitored.
You can, but like if you're talking about Roblox, like I was watching episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and like one of her kids was playing Roblox or whatever it is. And someone popped up on her thing with a naked picture of her mom saying your mom's a whore. So like people can still get to you, just
like infiltrate, crap.
And I was just like, oh my! So chat rooms still exist in that kind of form if you think about it, like through video games.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, well we're all screwed. Okay, great.
I mean, there's also more protection now than I think there was back then because people just believed everyone was good in the 90s. Like people literally was just like, oh, that could never happen to me. Like, but not to mention like all the serial killers before that. You know?
I mean, true. Yes.
So
everybody believed. Yes. I mean, obviously my 13-year-old self had no business being on chat rooms. Obviously.
I mean, I will say I was on them, but I do not recall ever accepting requests from people I did not know.
Oh, wow. I mean, that was great. Obviously, that's wonderful. I had no business being on. I don't know.
You know what? I did not. Actually, I take that back. I didn't get AIM or AOL until I was 17, about to graduate high school. And I say that because my boyfriend, I was a senior in high school and he was in college and he had it. And that's how he would talk to me. Because, you know, we paid for texting back then. Yes. So that's how he would talk to me. And he told me to download it. And I think it was AOL Messenger.
Oh, yeah. Because you couldn't, like, you had to pay for minutes unless it was after 9 o'clock, I think, on the cell phone. So, like, yeah, you're right.
And, of course, my bedtime was way before 9 o'clock. Still is. Love it. Love that for me.
I mean...
But can you think of anything else in the 90s other than our cartoons were way better, but people didn't realize like they were also bad, like Ren and Stimpy. What was the other one with Beavis and Butthead?
Oh,
Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy. All those cartoons that were not educational, but they like SpongeBob with all the innuendos in there. Like, they were not like they are now where they're teaching you to count and teaching you different languages.
Oh, no. They're so good now. And, like, now they were trash back then. My uncle took us to see the Beavis and Butthead movie, and it was right before Christmas, I think, because we called my mom from a payphone at Madison Square Mall and told her that we were at the movies and going to see the Beavis and Butthead movie, and she was so angry. She was like, you are not going to get any Christmas presents. We laugh about it now, but it was super...
That is hilarious.
It was super dramatic then.
But anyways... Can you think of anything else?
Oh, God.
Thank you for sharing your scary stories. I'm so glad that you're still alive and in front of me today and you've learned from your mistakes. You're not doing that now, are you?
No. And the best part is my dad has no idea that, like, you know, he was very close to dropping me off at the Space and Rocket Center to get murdered.
Pretty much. Yeah. Or worse. There's worse things than murder sometimes. Oh, anyways, guys, until next time, we will see you on the next episode. Bye.